little presentation, why read, right? So here we are, we Steilacoom Historical School District loves to read, and our Pierce County librarians and our school librarians are here with us to support us in making sure that our students have resources that they need in order to be successful readers. So when we talk about why we want to encourage our students to read, we know that reading is really good for your brain. It shows the more you read, the more knowledge that you can gain from books and life experiences. It also introduces us to new ideas and invites us to solve problems. It makes you a better writer. There's studies that show that reading and writing go hand in hand. It also improves your conversational skills by building your vocabulary and showing you how good conversations go and how to respond to conversations based on how readers might respond to, or the characters in our books might respond. It strengthens our worldview by opening what we can learn about to anything that's in a book. And it can also show us thoughts and beliefs that are the same as ours as well as different than ours. So we can see a lot in our worldview through stories and literature. Reading also improves self-discipline and consistency. So you think about a second grader that's able to sit and read a book for 20 minutes straight without getting up or fidgeting or going around, or someone like myself who can fly through an entire book in the course of an hour. So it really improves our self-discipline. Not only those, but it increases our knowledge of history and other areas of interest. So I feel like my World War II knowledge has come from reading historical fiction in that category. And then I'm also interested in other different categories of books. And so I tend to pick books that are in what I'm interested in. Reading also increases our cultural knowledge. So we are introduced to different cultures through the cultures of the characters in our books. And so we can learn about culture and the ins and outs of that particular culture through the characters and their stories. It challenges our imagination. I think about Harry Potter anytime someone says reading encourages imagination. And I just remember reading it as a child or having it read to me as a child and just visualizing every piece of Hogwarts and magic. And it was so amazing. So it definitely boosts our imagination. And then the last three, which are my favorite, reading inspires us, it reduces stress, and it can strengthen family relationships. Like I mentioned before, my parents read to us, my brother and I, every night when I was little. And Harry Potter was one of the books that I have vivid memories reading every single one. And the last one came out when I was in junior high or high school, and my parents still read it to us as a family, which was awesome. So the family relationships, when you spend time reading together, are definitely can be strengthened. So those are just some reasons why to read. Most of us already know those reasons, but it's just nice to see them and hear them one last time as a refresher. So there's this graphic that I'd like to share with us that just shows how important reading for just 20 minutes a day can be. So we have student A who reads 20 minutes a day at home, student B who reads 5 minutes a day at home, and student C who reads 1 minute a day at home. And you can see the number of words that they hear and the number of hours that they would have read by 6th grade depicted in this graphic. So student A, who again reads 20 minutes a day at home, can hear up to 1,800,000 words. And by 6th grade, they will have read at least 851 hours. Versus student C, who reads 1 minute a day, will only hear 8,000 words per year and will only have read 42 hours by 6th grade. So when we put that into a graphic like that, it quickly adds up. Those 20 minutes quickly will build our vocabulary and give us those hours and exposure to books and the knowledge that's within them. So just a little push to read at least 20 minutes a day at home. So today we're very, very lucky to have some librarians from both our schools and from the Pierce County Libraries join us. We're going to start out our presentations with our school librarians, and we're lucky today to have Tina Ridge from Cherrydale join us and Suzanne Shank from Chloe Clark who are joining us. Terry Ely couldn't make it, so unfortunately, but I do have some tidbits about Salters Point libraries from her. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the speaker over to Tina, and she's going to be sharing with us a little bit about some books and things happening at Cherrydale.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Oh, I'm so happy that we did a presentation like this. It's just wonderful to try to reach out to families and get them involved with what's happening in the libraries. So I've been here at Cherrydale for 10 years. I've been teaching for 33 years. So I've been at this for quite a while. And I thought about today and maybe what kind of trends, if I was a parent and I was struggling to find books maybe for my kids, what I might be looking for. And often Cherrydale's a K-3 school, and about first grade, the kids are really getting an itch to read a chapter book. And they, a lot of them are too big. So recently we've really worked hard to try to find books that would be a good fit for the younger, newer readers. And so, some books that have really been exciting for our kids, animal stories. And I brought just a few. Caitlin, are you going to attach the list that I sent? And I talked to Caitlin a lot that there really isn't a list. What should I buy my students? They really like animals. Oh, I must have these 3. It's not quite like that. So it's a search and discover and pick and choose. Caitlin mentioned historical fiction, and we have some great series, the I Survived series, Ranger in Time, and kind of an old classic, the Magic Treehouse books. Kids still just devour those. And you're teaching them some history also along with it. I think that graphic novels, that's another kind of area. And I have mine right in with the fiction stories. I don't have a separate section. They kind of got a bad name at the beginning, and they're really coming up with some really great ones. Mr. Wolf's class is a recent Otter winner, I'm sorry. And so very colorful. The kids love these. And, you can be selective if you're concerned about the content. Read them yourself before you buy them. The Noodleheads, just a darling new series. And I'm not a huge cat lover, but Castronauts is a new one. And so kids already in our online library service are putting these books on hold. They're very exciting. Certainly still the classics never go out of style. Charlotte's Web, Mr. Popper's Penguins, one of my favorite, Snow Treasure. So, there's just a lot. We've gotten a lot of books concerning science, Lucy's Lab and Project Droid, Magic School Bus. That's kind of an old one that has been renewed through some chapter books. Families and friends. I want to really take some time though, and I know we're kind of on a pitch count here, but the Branches series. Scholastic has put out this series called Branches, and up in the corner, there's this little tree, and they're beginning chapter books for kids. Some, this one does not have a lot of color, but even my 3rd graders that are reading above this level are still loving this series. There's a new one, Unicorn Diaries, and the kids just love it. Very colorful, not a lot of words on the page, lots of pictures. So this Branches series is a really great series to get kids excited about. Also, there's the Acorn series, and that's even a step lower, just a little bit easier. And, much, very, very easy compared, but the kids love them. And they might sit and read them during a library session, 10 minutes, and then they put it back on the shelf, and then they find something else. Just a few more, some nonfiction. Nonfictions, I think, is having kind of an everybody book that a lot of the kids love. But now they're starting to branch out into nonfiction books. And so this one's about police officers, just really exciting. So when kids find something like this they like, you can always branch out for just a different type of a fly guide. And just really colorful. My kids at the K-3 level love biography books. This is I Am Jackie Robinson. And they just love being able to see the history that way too. So biographies are a huge draw at Cherrydale. So I think something that I always want to encourage is if parents have questions to come to myself, to the other librarians in Steilacoom, to go reach out to the Pierce County Library, because they are experts and they can always help you to find a book to fit your child's interests. So thanks, Caitlin.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now I just want to go to the library and read. This is how I'm going to feel this whole night, and I'm not mad about it. So thank you for sharing.
Oh, good.
And like you did mention, we will be posting the list. We've compiled a list of book recommendations from all of our school librarians. And so we'll be posting all the books that have been mentioned throughout this online. And I can also drop it in the chat box right now for all of you. Next, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Suzanne. Thank you for joining us today. If you wanted to go ahead and unmute, and we would love to hear all about Chloe Clark Libraries.
All right. Well, Tina, that got me all excited to want to check out books for the kids. I forgot how exciting that was. Anyways, I did want to share with you, as a district, the 3 elementary schools will be starting a virtual checkout. That would be Salters Point, Cherrydale, and Chloe Clark. And I know it's taken us a little while, but we've been busy trying to keep up with the Chromebook checkout and having to check out textbooks for the primaries for the first time. We had to kind of get that together. And I know in DuPont, our Pierce County Library system is pretty awesome, and our community uses it all the time. And I know that I was kind of just sitting back because they're on top of it. So now we can join them, but most of our schools here we're a one-woman show. So it's just us running the library. Now we're going to be checking books out. And so it's a bigger job for us, but I know that we are all excited to get these books back into our students' hands. I do want to share additional things that I am doing. I am doing story time on Wednesdays at 2:00, and it's open to the students. They can just come and join. It's on Wednesdays, the mornings are when they're in class, and then they have the afternoon off. And last Wednesday, I had my first one. I had 27 kids. I was very excited. And again, it's just great to see their faces. The other thing that I am doing, and this has been something that I have been wanting to do since I've been in the library here, is I've wanted to do book clubs. And so I am starting them virtually, and they're very intimate, 10 students. I actually put out my first sign up yesterday in Parent Square. And I'm doing them by grade level, and they're kind of not your typical chapter book club. So my first one that I'm doing is a Fly Guy series. And I've got 3 books that we're going to go over. And I have activities that we're going to do. And we're going to meet twice a week. Excuse me, if you notice a fly swatter, that's one of the activities that we're going to be doing. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to do little activities. We're going to do it for 2 weeks, meet Tuesday and Thursdays, just for 20 minutes. And it's just going to be 2 weeks. And then they're going to return the kids. They'll go into quarantine, and we will do another grade level. And again, it's a passion of mine, and we will see how it goes. But I have to tell you, I have 5 boys who signed up. So it's really exciting. I know I'm speaking for everyone when I say that we're so excited to get this checkout going. We just want to get these books in everyone's hands. So thank you for inviting me, and we'll see how it all goes. Thank you.
That's so awesome. I want to join a book club too. Can I join? The kids are going to be so excited for that. And I just love how interactive it looked, like a fly swatter even. That's so fun. It makes me very excited for those kids. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you also for mentioning about all of our schools doing the checkouts. I think that's great for our families to know. Terry Ely had actually a book reading with kids scheduled last minute. So she was going to join us, but then kids called her, and we can't turn away our kids, right? So she was just going to also kind of mirror what you said, Suzanne, about the book checkout that Salters is doing, book pickups. And then she had some books that she wanted to share as well. And those are actually in that list that I sent you in the chat box. One that she really wanted to highlight that I promised that I would tell everyone about is a new novel that she just read titled, hang on. insignificant events in the life of a cactus. And when I heard that, I was like, about plants. And it actually, she was telling me all about it. And now I really want to read this one too. My Barnes and Noble bill is going to be very expensive, or Amazon, one of the two. But it's about this girl that doesn't have any arms, and it's the way she goes about living her life in her hometown. And Terry said it's a beautiful story about living with challenges and overcoming diversity and challenges, and how she kind of fits in or doesn't fit in, and how she manages to just embrace the fact that she doesn't have any arms and still manages to live life as any two-armed person would. And she said it's just a very touching story. It reminded her a lot of wonder, and she was very excited to share, and she wished that she could be here with us today. But again, we can't say no to our kiddos. So she wanted to say that. And then also we have our librarians from Pioneer and Steilacoom High School who wish they could be here with us. And again, they also shared some novels and popular books right now for kids their age in that list that I shared with you. So if you have a student in Pioneer or at the high school and are interested in some novels that are popular right now with those age kids, those are also on the list. So that being said, thank you to all of our school librarians. We're so incredibly blessed to have you in our district helping our kids, but even more blessed to have you here with us tonight. So thank you for joining us. And I just am very, very appreciative of you. I'm also very honored to introduce you to both Michelle and Janice, who are here from our Pierce County Library Systems, and I will turn the floor over to them. They're going to share with you so much wonderful information about the resources that are available within our library systems and our communities, and I'm very excited for you to hear it as well. So thank you for being here to Michelle and Janice.
Hi, thank you. My name is Michelle Angel. I work at the Lakewood Pierce County Library, and I'm one of the youth services librarians there. Janice, do you want to say hi?
So I'm Miss Janice, and I am the youth service storyteller at DuPont Library, and I've been there for many years, so I know a lot of the kids in the community.
Awesome. So I am going to share my screen and start. Hopefully this works. Okay. Can everyone see that? Okay. Awesome. So yes, we are the Pierce County Library System. We have about 20 branches throughout the whole county, which are, of course, right now closed. But we are offering a curbside service, so you can reserve books and movies online from our library catalog and then make an appointment to come and pick them up at the closest library to you. And today I want to show you some of the many virtual services we have through our website and other avenues that you might not know about, maybe you do, but they're really fantastic resources, especially for families with kids in school. So this is our website, piercecountylibrary.org. It's the place to start out when you're looking for stuff from the library. Your most closest libraries to the Steilacoom School District is of course, Steilacoom Library, the Lakewood Library, and the DuPont Library. Steilacoom and DuPont are open 6 days a week, and Lakewood is open 7 days a week. And all of our phone numbers are there, and we are staffed during those hours. So you can always call us and give us a call. I want to make sure that everyone has access to a library card. It's always free from the Pierce County Library System. You can download books, ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines. We have tons of online resources for research or for fun. We also have online homework help, which I'll talk to you a little bit later, which is a fabulous resource. So if you have a library card, and it might look like one of these, but there's a big long number on the back. So if you're accessing our website from home and reserving books, You'll use that huge long 14-digit number to log in, and also your PIN number, which is usually the last 4 numbers of your telephone number. If you have lost a library card, thought maybe you had one in the past, but don't know where it is now, or your phone number's changed, no worries. You can always give us a call. At this number, the 548-3300, you'll call and leave a voicemail, or you can email. Probably your best bet is to call one of those 3 branches when we're open, and we can give you the number and password right away. And if you've never had a library card, all you have to do is go to our website, piercecountylibrary.org, and click on the little Get Your Card button. You might have to scroll down on your screen a little bit. But click on this button and you'll be taken to the application where you put in your name and address, phone number, email if you have one, and you will get a card number to start using right away, immediately. So if you are looking to use our curbside service, you are going to start with our library catalog here. You'll click on that and you can search the millions of items that the Pierce County Library has and request items and have them sent to your closest library. And when you get a notification that those items are ready to pick up, you'll come to our website again or call us and hit this library curbside button, and you can make an appointment to pick up your items. So virtual services. One of the awesome things we have that you can access right away is our ebooks and audiobooks, and we have several different platforms that you can access them. So when you're at home, or anywhere actually, and you click on this ebooks and audiobooks button, it'll take you to this main page. And most of our ebooks and audiobooks are through Overdrive, a company called Overdrive. If you access these from a desktop or a laptop, this is kind of where you'll connect to that catalog. And this is what the web page will look like. You can sign in with your library card number and PIN number. There's multiple ways to browse all of the collection. You can limit it to just looking for audiobooks or all kinds of stuff. We also have, Overdrive has its own app that is available for smartphones and tablets. It's really pretty easy to use and accessible. So it's on the App Store for Apple devices or the Google Play Store. It's free. You just download a Libby, L-I-B-B-Y. And when you log into Libby, you will get a similar version of that catalog homepage with books to browse. And there's a little icon of a face with some hair. If you tap on that, you'll be able to add the Pierce County Library System and add your library card, and it'll save in there. So you don't have to add it every single time. And if you have a library card with another library system, you can add that in there too. Like you can see how I have Timberland and Pierce County Library System. And this is just kind of to show you what it looks like on a phone. You can hit Explore in the library section, go straight to kids, and it'll have thousands of wonderful kids chapter books, picture books, ebooks, all kinds of great stuff. And if you find something you're ready to listen to, you can just hit borrow and it'll switch to your shelf, your Libby shelf. So these are items that you have checked out or are waiting to check out. And then you can just hit play and start listening. So that's Libby and Overdrive. We also have, and Libby and Overdrive actually, sometimes because of the way publishers sell their ebooks and audiobooks to libraries, you're gonna have to wait. There's gonna be a wait list for them. So unfortunately, but for these Tumble book services, what I'm gonna talk about now, there is no wait period. So Tumble Books Library, Tumble Book Math, and Team Book Cloud are all from Tumble Books. The first here is Tumble Books Library. You can view it on in a browser or download an app. There is an app for Tumble Books. You'll need your library card number and PIN number if you use the app. And it has animated picture books, kind of like the old Reading Rainbow style. where they'll read along and move the pictures around. They're really fun. It has read alongs, so you see the text on the screen and a voice narrates it out loud. Just regular ebooks. There's some graphic novels, nonfiction. There's even National Geographic videos on different topics. So this is a fantastic resource that I recommend checking out. And all of these items are available all the time. There's no wait period on these. Tumble Math is a new one that we just got and I'm excited about. It is picture books that correspond to different math topics. So, so for elementary, if you want a picture book that's about multiplication, you just log in here, tap on that multiplication button, and you get the animated picture books all on math topics. And it does correspond to Common Core, or like if you're looking for like books with decimals and stuff, they're super easy to find. And then Team Book Cloud, this one is more for teens. From my use of it, I think it's more middle school, early high school. It's got chapter books, graphic novels, and and fiction and nonfiction and all kinds of stuff. And again, you can read that anytime on demand, I guess, in your browser. Oh, I can't see what, are we doing okay on time? Okay. So the other main thing that I want to make sure we share with you is our online homework help, which you can use with a library card. From our main website, you just click on the little, I guess it's a chalkboard, but it says homework help button. And it'll click you to a place where you can hit connect now, and you'll be connected to the service, which is through BrainFuse. And this has a lot of fantastic features. I'm only going to talk about a few of them, but you can, the first one is live tutoring. So you can hit on live tutoring, and if you're working on a specific math problem that you're having a really hard time with, you can select your grade level, your math, algebra. Also, if you're a native Spanish speaker, you can chat in Spanish, if that's more accessible for you. And then you'll be, I think this screenshot's a little old, but you'll be taken to a screen that is very similar to this. Mostly the big virtual whiteboard will be on most of the screen, where you can draw, write, you can drag math symbols onto the whiteboard, and you'll have a chat where you talk to a live tutor. And the tutors are, grad students, teachers from all around the country. So they're experts in their fields. And one other really great thing is you can print or email yourself the transcript. So you figured out this math problem, you can email it to yourself so you can see how you actually did it for next time. So the live tutoring is really great. They also have a writing lab where you can upload a paper, and then one of the tutors will read it, proofread if you have any like I'm not sure if I'm on theme throughout the whole paper, put those comments in, and they'll proofread it and send comments back to you usually within 1 business day. So I wish I had that in college. So there's our writing lab. And then this skill surfer, I think, is also actually really cool, and we undersell it. But so skill survey, if you took your one math problem that you're having problems with and the tutor helped you, but if you need more everyday help on multiplication, you can go into Skill Surfer, and there's practice tests for all the grade levels, and also little lessons that'll walk you through different topics. So this one I just did a screenshot of understanding multiplication and using models and words, and it walks you through a whole lesson. So that is a good resource if you just need practice on certain things. That's there for you. And quick note that also there is an adult learners tab up here. And that, if you click on adult learners in our online homework help, it will take you to resume help, GED help, more live tutoring, especially for those first couple of years of college. So there's even more. And, oh, yes. So from our website, there is a little, it's really hard to see, but I'm going to talk about our programs. So this tab is calendar. It's up there in the orange. And right now we are doing a lot of virtual programs that we would love to see you there. These are some of them. Some of them are Zoom. Some of them are through Facebook. And you can register for those programs. We have virtual story times, creative creations and games, which is for elementary ages to work together on STEAM projects. There's a tween escape club. So the group of the teens are working together on digital escape rooms. It sounds like they're having a lot of fun, a lot of chaotic fun, but that might be something your kids are interested in. Our Own Voices chapter book club, just lots of different varieties. And of course, we have programs for adults as well. Also, we have a YouTube channel with, if you not able to join a live program, check out some of the videos there. And a Facebook group, Pierce County Library for Families with Kids. A lot of our virtual programs are live streamed there. And please join that group if you're interested. Our teen services are pretty awesome right now. We have our Life After High School program. There's a huge page on our website that provides services for teens looking for information about after high school. So it has job help, college help, and getting resume help, and something I'm forgetting. But yeah, so Life After High School is a really good resource. We also have our Teen Volunteer League. We started this a couple years ago, and in the summer, teens would volunteer with the library. Now they've moved it virtual. So there's a large group of teens that have been volunteering and doing a lot of the running of the Instagram page that we have for the PCLS teens. And they're just doing some really amazing stuff. I think we'll probably open that up again for new volunteers in the spring or summer. And Our Own Expressions is our annual writing and art contest for teens. We just, with COVID, kind of had a delay in selecting the winners, but we finally got the winners out just this last month. And it's a county-wide contest. It's for grades 7 through 12. And there's categories in drawing, photography, poetry, and short stories. And cash prizes for first, second, and third place. And so over 800 entries from more than 80 public and private schools this year alone. And I wanted to highlight some of the Steilacoom district winners. Yeah, we had 3 winners from the school district. Benjamin Hughes from Pioneer Middle School wrote a poem and got second place for the 7th and 8th grade category called Ode to September. And there's a PDF of the book that we actually will add to the library collection. You can get that on our website. And then you had 2 photography winners as well. Really powerful stuff. I'm not going to say her name right, but Amayalyn Cepeda from Steilacoom High School won first place for 9th and 10th grade in photography, and Aiden Michael from the high school, Steilacoom High School, 3rd place for 10th and 11th grade. So, congratulations, nice work. And that will open up again for entries in January, February. And so that's a lot of information. Do we still have some more time? I can keep going. Okay. So, and also from our website, we are trying to organize things a little bit better to give you quick access to help your kids succeed in school and then just have fun stuff to do. So if you go to our website again in these orange tabs at the top, you can click on Kids and Teens and it'll drop down with a little menu. And I'm going to talk about the tools for students first. So if you click on Tools for Students, it'll give you a breakdown where have selected it out into different age categories. So if you're an elementary student or a middle or a high school student. So again, here's a link to our online homework help, Overdrive, the ebooks, Culturegrams, like it is a database you can access if you're doing a report on a certain country. It has lots of information. And here's part of the screen of the tools for middle and high school students. Access World News is a huge database of newspapers that include Seattle Times and News Tribune. On Life After High School, lynda.com. If you have a library card, you can access lynda.com, which has hundreds of videos on all kinds of learning opportunities. Mostly, there's a lot of tech and software tutorials that kids might be interested in. Then we also have educational resources for youth. This incorporates all age levels. So we start with early learning. We have several programs targeted to families with young children. And then again is broken down into K through 6 in middle and high school. And this highlights our teen and scriptogram page, our own expressions, and different events that we have in the educational resources category.
Michelle?
Yes, please.
There was a question in the chat box. That's my job, is to answer the chat box. No. So it's a question about the Overdrive app versus the Libby app. If someone has Overdrive, should they switch to Libby?
Yes.
Are there any advantages between the two?
Yes. If you're still using Overdrive, the company no longer updates that or supports it. They have switched completely to Libby. So it's like when an old version of Windows goes out of service, eventually it'll just stop working. And so Libby is much more user-friendly and works with modern devices as well.
I have Libby on my phone, and so I make all my selections on my Libby and I send it straight to my Kindle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, it works well with Kindles.
Yeah. So it's been super great.
Yeah. And so I'm Michelle at the Lakewood Library. My colleague Sting is also here at Lakewood, and our teen services librarian Elise. Also at Stillicum, Barbie Swayze is a youth services specialist, and Janice at DuPont. Feel free to email us anytime if you have questions. We're happy to hear from you.
And Michelle, if someone does download Libby, is what was in Overdrive automatically synced to their Libby?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So if you have, like I have Libby on my phone and my iPad, and anything I check out on my phone will show up on my iPad, and it all syncs together really well.
Awesome. And Michelle, one more question. Is there an option on Libby to recommend books like Overdrive? It says Libby is very fluid and user-friendly.
Can you repeat that?
It says, is there an option on Libby to recommend books like Overdrive?
Oh, to recommend, I don't know. I know in our library catalog on our website, you can do ratings and reviews, but I don't know about Libby. I'll have to look at that.
They mentioned that Libby is very fluid and easy to use. I found it very easy. I tend to think that I'm tech challenged, so the fact that I could use Libby and get material to my devices was super fun.
Oh, great.
And by the way, I was one of those users who couldn't remember my library card, didn't know where it was. I'm not joking. I called. This was 4 or 5 months ago. Because of the pandemic, we're all in a need for, alternatives for entertainment and engaging and expanding. And so I got a very lovely phone call back, and they helped me understand that my card had been inactive for more than 10 years. So I needed a new one. And so somebody walked me through that and then helped me set up Libby, and I've been good to go. So we were really excited that you were here to share this with our community and our families.
Great, thank you so much. And remember that one thing that I love about Libby is the graphic novels. And I just read kids stuff. So all the kids' graphic novels, Mr. Wolf is in there, I believe. And yeah, it's just a great reading experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. I can't sing your praises enough. I'm just so very, very thankful that you were here to share with us, as well as our other librarians. It's just such amazing content, and I think our families are going to be really appreciative of it. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Are there any questions from anyone else that has joined us today, or how are we feeling? just have one more quick thing that I wanted to share with you about our resources on our Family Academy. So as you know, we have a Family Academy page on the district website under For Families. And if you click on the Family Academy, you'll see a graphic here that has resources for you. When you click on it, then all of the images become live and active links. And one that I wanted to highlight, or two that I wanted to highlight before we ended, are Common Sense Media and Plugged In. Both of these have categories as well as movies, TV shows, etc. But specifically, since we're talking about books, let's highlight the book parts, right? So within here, they give you, for parents who may not want to read or have the time to read everything that your child is reading, it will give you a synopsis of books that kids are reading right now. It can tell you age ranges, stars, and this is Common Sense Media that you see. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a background as a parent. And then also Plugged In does a really nice job of doing the exact same thing. You can search by genre on Plugged In, and it kind of gives you, an in-depth version as a parent that you may want to know. It tells you plot summaries, a review of it. It tells you some important things like belief systems, authorities, violence, etc., that you may be interested in as a parent, if you want your child to read it or not. So I just think those are two really great resources for you to understand what it is your child is reading. As we move from reading with our kids to kids reading independently, we want to make sure that we're helping them choose books that are appropriate for them and for our family's decision. You know, we want to make sure that we understand what they're reading. And so I think these two resources in particular do a really nice job of helping you without having to make you read the entire book every single time. And then just two other ones, just creative. These resources here are just ways that you can get kids to love reading and ways that you can maybe read as a family. So I just wanted to highlight those for you. And again, those are on our Family Academy page, and they live after this Family Academy is over. They do live in our previous academic offerings. Recording of this session tonight, as well as all of the resources that we've shared with you, including the presentation from Michelle, my presentation, and our book list from our librarians, will all be posted on there for you, hopefully eternity, so you can look at them at your pleasure whenever you would like. And please feel free again to contact our librarians or Michelle and her librarians, and they are more than happy to help you as a family pick books for your kiddos, help you check them out, answer any questions you might have. If you as a parent don't know how to solve a math problem, maybe you could go on there. So we have so many wonderful resources. So thank you all for being here, for joining us. Before we end, if there's any last minute questions, come off mute, share your thoughts, whatever it might be.